Hi, in this video, I want to show an interstitial add between two activities. But the difference between this video and the one I created previously is the interstitial add will pop up when we tap on the back button. Or if I want to explain it better, it will pop up when we want to close the second activity and coming back to the main activity. This is the same project I created in previous video. As you know, when we click on the button, the advertise will pop up. When we close it, it's going to the second activity. And now I want to show the advertise here. When we click on the back button, it shows another advertise. As you know, we had some modification on the code and we transfer some file to a Singleton file. We call it Ad Manager, and advertise will be loaded inside the Ad Manager. So we want to use the advantage of the Singleton file, so we can load the advertise inside the Ad Manager and use it wherever we want. And it's going to be much faster and much easier. And we don't need to create different ad unit ID for different activities. So let's get started. First of all, I go to the second activity, and under onCreate method, I will create my finish method. So I'm typing finish, and I'm creating this public void finish. As you know, we need to make sure the interstitial add is loaded before set the callback and showing the advertise. And we already did this coding here inside the bottom on-click listener, so we can use the same coding. I'm just collapsing the coding for the full screen content callback, and for showing the advertise, I'm just copying both lines and going to the second activity, and I'm pasting them here. And for the condition, I'm just typing if ad manager dot interstitial is not null, then set the full screen content and show the advertise like this. Otherwise, we're going to close the second activity. So I passed it super.finish to this part. Control Alt and L for rearrange the code. Okay, we have some red part here. It means we have something to care about and some errors. So this add request, we don't need them here anymore. So we can delete this line. We have the same coding inside the add failed to show full screen content. We also remove them. Instead of these two lines, we are typing finish, and we recall the finish method here. We are doing it also for the add failed to show finish, and it's going to work like this. When we hit on the back button, this finish method will be called. If the ad is loaded, it will set the callback and show the advertise. When the user will click on the close button, this on add dismiss full screen content will call, and it will call the method again. But as you can see, the ad manager .interstitial is set to null, so this time there is no advertise to show, and it's go to the second part of the if statement. It means super.finish. So before we closing the activity, we can call for loading a new advertise inside the ad manager, and this is the Singleton file, so it is executing completely independent, and while it's loading, we can close this second activity, and it's not interrupting the process of closing the activity. But we have to do some small modification. As you can see here, we say if add request is not null, but add request is in the main activity, and we need to have access to it inside the second activity. To do that, I'm changing this private to public, so we can access it to we can have access from everywhere, and I'm just making it static. We do this one because we want to create the add request once, and we don't want to request the add request every time we go to any activity or another places. So here for the loading the advertise, I'm copying this line. If add request is not null, then we can call the add manager and load the advertise. I copy it, go to the second activity, second part of the if statement, before super.finish, I'm pasting it here, like this. The add request is in the main activity, so we have to address it to activity. So I'm coming here before add request, and I'm typing main activity dot request. So we can get a add request. I do the same for this add request, main activity dot add request, and for the add manager, instead of add manager with a small a, we call it add manager with capital A dot get instance, and the rest is going to be almost the same. Instead of this activity is second activity, not main activity, so we can just remove it or just type second activity dot this, like that. I also like to create a log here to see how is the process. So I'm creating log dot d, and I need the tag. As I remember, the tag was inside the add manager. Here it was a test app. So add manager dot tag, comma, and my message is loading a new add from second activity, like that. So when I see this message, I will know this line is executed. Okay, let's run the app. Okay, this is the application. To see the log, we go to logcat, and we have to type the tag here, which is test app, and they are the log. And as you can see, an add is loaded. Let me clear the log to see the new log. So I click on it, advertise shown. If I close it, this method on add this means full screen content will be called, and I will see this message. So let's do it. Yes. And it's loaded another advertise by this line. So I will hit the back button, and I have to see another advertise. This time, this part is executed, and we show the advertise from the second activity by this line. And now if I click on the close button, this method will be called. So let's do it. Okay, very good. As you can see, this one is called the finish method again, went to the second part of the statement, and this loading a new add from the second activity. The message came here. It means this part is executed, and another add is ready to show. We can try it and see it's happening. Okay, this is a simple practice for showing the interstitial add in other places. This way is not violating any of AdMob policy, and you can use it. Actually, I did it in some of my apps, and it's working well and with no problem and no violation, as I mentioned. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, or write your idea about this video or any other video you expect to see in the future. Have a good time. Thank you for watching.